Next up, the Jacksonville Jaguars on the road against the Detroit Lions. Lions are 1.5-point favorites at home. Over-under in this game set at 48.5. Lions lose a heartbreaker to the Buffalo Bills. They gave it everything they had. This is a fun Lions team. Now that the Lions offense is finally healthy after weeks and weeks of just dealing with injury after injury, they are a completely different group. Much like Joe Burrow, who I mentioned before, this Lions offense, this Jared Goff-led Lions offense really, really puts things together as the season goes on. Last year, over the second half of the year, we saw Jared Goff completely outperform Kyler Murray. I know it seems like I'm picking on the guy, but really it's insane how bad he is after November 1st hits. But we saw Jared Goff completely outperform him last year. We're seeing that again now that they're getting guys like DJ Chark back, guys like Reynolds back, Josh Reynolds, and DeAndre Swift really coming into his own as maybe just a nice complimentary back. Maybe that's all he is. I know people wanted to crown him as one of these stud star electric factories, but maybe he's just not that guy. Despite that, this offense has been super fun to watch. They stay competitive with a Bills team that everyone, myself included, thinks is going to win the Super Bowl. So I see no reason to think they won't take care of business at home against a Jaguars team that they themselves really put up a fight this past week, coming back against a Ravens team that has just been begging to lose games week after week. But Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson's team really impressed me this past week. They had no quitting them, no give up. They had an opportunity to sort of roll over 3 or 4 times, especially at the end when things weren't going their way with various referee calls, stuff like that. Nonetheless, Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson come back, get the 2-point conversion, nail that win at home. Super exciting win for them. Super exciting win for that fan base, a team and a fan base that I know has struggled over the last couple of years. Trevor Lawrence has looked like a pumpkin at various times this year, but it's nice to see him sort of putting it together against some good competitive AFC teams that, if all things go right with Jacksonville over the next couple of years, they could be playing those teams in the playoffs, teams like Lamar Jackson's Ravens. If I'm a Jaguars fan coming out of last week, I'm excited about what the future holds. I don't know if that necessarily translates over to this week, but Dan Campbell is a multi-time coverage king, so I cannot bet against him at home as a 1.5-point favorite. Give me the Lions -1.5 here.